Here we go.
Systemic racism is evident in hateful and violent behavior towards people of color, but also in normalized policies and practices that lead to inequitable outcomes for people based on racial identity. It's the combination of historical decisions and normalized practices that lead to unequal access to housing and to high-quality schools. The impact of systemic racism means that as an African-American male, I'm more likely to go to jail and less likely to get a job I'm qualified for. Sometimes these inequalities are not driven by a desire to discriminate, but by unconscious biases that people have developed over their lifetime. Systemic racism even normalizes the way we think about the colors black and white. For instance, we're taught to associate white with beauty, purity, and the good guys. Black, on the other hand, is more often than not associated with the bad guys. It's evil and scary. In and beyond our churches, Jesus is persistently presented as white, even though that is historically inaccurate. Conversely, the black sheep family member is the ostracized one. The white lie is in some way more acceptable.
Colorism is discrimination
against those with darker skin tone.
It usually happens in the same ethnic group.
Most people think colorism and racism is the same thing, but it's not. An example of colorism is team light skin and team dark skin.
And although colorism is inherently anti-black,
colorism is not so black and white, that it's multiracial and it shows up everywhere.
It's like if you see an ad, you might not think that you're like being influenced by the person's race, but you're like subconsciously being influenced.
Producers should not gather people for the music videos based off of their skin tones. It should be based off of their talents.
Colorism can be really detrimental to a child's self-perception and confidence, and it really hurts them, especially when it comes from their loved ones or family members.
It can show up in Indian commercials. It's everywhere. It's universal. It not just focus on one skin color or one community.
It's time to end colorism in our fight for liberation.
We have to make sure that the standard of beauty is inclusive. Every skin tone is beautiful.
Okay. The white Denzel.
Yo.
Friday night.
Friday.
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Yeah, everything's good. Yo, check the drip. All the brothers in the live chat, all the sisters out there, check the drip. I got the.
Okay. I hope you're sipping. I want to go off the rails.
You know, the Puma, the blue suede Puma. You know nothing about that. Check the drip. Check the fly drip. You heard? I'm black tonight, Star. By the way.
What's that?
Just for a few minutes. You know.
Okay. Hey, so the video that you and I did at Uncle Jack's Steakhouse, it's doing pretty good. The little short, I think it's like 60,000 views. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, I believe it. I mean, a lot of people don't get a chance to, you know, chill out and go to a steakhouse in Manhattan. So that's a nice place. That's a really nice place. It was presented nice for the holidays too. Remember, they had it all done up. Yeah. That's a nice spot.
I've been going there since 2001.
Sorry. The food was really good. I thought
really
the food
good.
was excellent.
Really good. All right, so let's get to the topic, Rory. Friday night, colorism versus racism. Which is more damaging?
Definitely racism.
Really?
Racism is deadly. Colorism is a little fight. Colorism is a bit of bullying. Racism is deadly. You seen that black dude stab that white girl on a train recently? You seen Carmelo Anthony stab that white boy for nothing, and all of a sudden, that was okay. That was justifiable because he was one black guy and there was a bunch of white people. All of a sudden, that was justifiable. Where it would never be justifiable. And also, racism is never going to die because it's used as a crutch and it's stronger on the other side. You know, anytime I've never heard a white woman get indicted on federal charges or fraud charges and stand up there and say, the only reason they're coming after me is because I'm a strong white woman. That's the only reason they're coming after me. It's because I'm a proud, strong white woman. Or, Mayor Adams, our last mayor,
Well,
he used the race card.
hang on, because you jump into former New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Hang on. Well, now the language is different, the way that people speak and express themselves and all that sort of jazz. But you're saying that racism is more damaging. Key word, damaging. You're saying racism.
Racism is way more damaging. Racism is deadly. Racism is deadly, and in 2026, it's deadly against white people because they have imported people, and other people have jumped on. They have jumped onto it. You'll see a Pakistani standing next to a Black American dude. Right here in New York City, and they'll start downing white people. And the black guy look at him and be like, yeah, man, the white man, yeah, I hear you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hear you. And you're like, man, you for real? Are you for real? This guy been here 15 minutes. This guy been here 15 minutes, and he's using that old shit as a crutch, and you're jumping on that. Why? Because they're the racists. They're the ones, they really do hate white people. It's a real thing. After the George Floyd thing, you want to talk about institutionalized program.
Rory, let me jump in. For those who don't know, Rory is a New Yorker, born and raised in the Bronx, moved out to Long Island. You're now in the city. So your assessment of things, it's more, shall we say, business oriented, because the New York Tri-State is a business driven district, and that's why you have so many rats. It's just business. It's not personal.
Correct.
It's just
yeah,
business.
Correct.
But now on a larger scale, you don't think that the damaging effects, not that you've dealt with them firsthand, but colorism within the family units, people growing up and not getting supported, hated on, and having a possible lifelong distortion of reality, needing medication. I don't know anybody who needs medication to cope with racism. I mean, that's just, a small assessment of things. Yeah. What do you think about that? Guys, phone lines are open if you want to join the conversation.
Definitely. I agree.
Don't agree. I'm just, we're talking. Guys, you can cam up if you like. Send me an email. I'll get you on the screen. Or if you want to call in, phone lines open. Go, Rory, you saying?
Well, I agree in a way, because you do have like a lot of white women who will have, a couple of white kids, and one of the kids might be like a half caste, biracial, and more than likely, that child's dad's not going to be around. The white dad's going to be around. So they'll have one child in the family that's kind of like, that's brown or at least black, and they're definitely going to get the side eye, and they're definitely going to be growing up in a white family where she went looking for some black meat, and then she brought a baby home. I know a woman, particularly, I know a woman who was an alcoholic, and she had forgotten that she slept with a black guy, an African. And when she was going out with this Cuban guy who was white. And when she had the baby was black as hell. The baby came out black as hell. And she freaked out. The guy left her, and then she ended up keeping the baby. And the baby was kind of ugly. It always was. And she had forgotten that she had a one-night stand uptown in Africa.
Where you going? Can you?
Well, I'm saying colorism. Yeah, I'm saying colorism.
Guys, it's Friday night. We are going off the rails. I'm sipping a little Deuce. What are you drinking again? I forget.
Dude, right now I'm drinking some Bushmills. It's my favorite Irish whiskey. Okay. And I'm chasing it with a Heineken, man.
All right, let this man speak. Area code 661. Good evening. Friday night. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, Brody kind of jaded. Brody. Okay, black women get stabbed and shot and killed by white men all day. Black man gets stabbed and shot by white people all day, and one white woman, one white man, and you going ballistic. You talk about white women having ugly babies. You talking racist, Brody. Brody, you losing your mind. You doing too much, bro. I swear to God, Jesus Christ, no, you losing it, bro. You is a hidden racist. You one of the whites that escaped that did murder. That's why you got them Italian mafia figures on your picture in your background, Brody. You tripping, bro. For real, man. Okay, one white woman gets that.
Sir, can I ask you to turn down whatever you have in the background?
Look,
Sir, I want to hear what you're saying.
Look.
Just turn down whatever you got going in the background. Give me a sec, guys.
Because look, I know what he's talking about. It was a white chick got stabbed because she was with some white kids and they attacked this black man.
Right.
He pulled the knife out and stabbed him, bro. Just like Carmelo Anthony got jumped by some white people and he pulled his knife.
Where he got jumped?
Don't get on here and get to acting crazy like black people are attacking white people.
When he got jumped?
The narrative is
not
crazy.
a mark on him. Not a mark on
Rory,
him.
let the man speak. Rory, let the man speak one at a time.
Dog.
Guys,
Bro, they start shooting at us. Bro, I got cops in my family. I got feds. I got FBI. I got mayors and governors. Bro, I don't need none of them killed by for the drama.
Go ahead, Roy. Now you can respond.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Roy.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, don't nobody care about his little bullshit threats. He probably living with a girl. He's probably living with a girl and shit.
What are you talking about?
He ain't never paid no rent.
A nice smile.
Threats,
Rory, he didn't make no threats. What are you talking about? Take it easy.
Well, I'm saying he come on the line all aggressive.
So you got noise in the background. Can you fix the noise in the background?
Who is shooting black women? What white guys are shooting black women? What white guys are stabbing black women on the train? When a black woman gets on the train, have you ever seen a black guy look around with a bunch of other white people around him and say, "Oh, this is the only black bitch on the train. I'm gonna stab her"? No, they don't do that. The racism thing is that's your card. You can't get over it, but it's not because of some sort of.
Rory, hold on. All right, so you got a whole lot going on in the background. I can't let you kill the vibe. Come on, you got music and stuff. Okay, land your plane, please. You got too much going on.
Yeah, what I'm saying, man, is you lying, you scamming, and y'all gonna always scam and tell lies, bro. Right. You white people is the KKK with the masses on. You the Mexican mafia, you the cartel, the people that done killed blacks, burnt us up, and now you want to play innocent. Stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap. You done got the blue suede shoes. I feel the blue suede shoes. This crib. But
all right, so I gotta let you go. Thank you. Guys, he's got music in the background. I can't do that because that's an issue on YouTube. Okay. All right, Rory, back to you. So, with regards to colorism, no experience, no understanding.
We have colorism in we have colorism in our neighborhoods. We consider the Sicilians half niggers. They're Africans. They're half African. A lot of them have very kinky hair.
Niggas with straight hair.
Yeah, I mean, they got ingrown hair. They can't shave like a regular person. They have to get another man to shave them. It's like a weird thing. I don't know. I don't have that skin, but yeah, they got enough. Supposedly, or from what my experience, the darker the skin, you have to have another man shave you. You can't shave yourself. There's something about that. I don't know. When I go, I get a haircut, but I'd be goddamn if I leave my head and my face back and let a man be touching the under of my neck and shaving me. My daddy taught me that. My daddy taught me that.
Hold on. Okay. Now you and I are friends. We know each other. Is there a word for a white person who talks as you do?
Yes.
But at the same time, you have a taste for the brown sugar. Can you explain that one?
Yeah, it's called the New Yorker. It's called the New Yorker. It's called we don't give a F. We throw it all out the window because we kind of know we all just some niggas up in this city. You know what I mean? So we don't really,
So you have a taste for the brown sugar, yes?
Yeah, hell yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with brown sugar. I'm American. I'm all
Okay.
American. All city.
All right. JR
Brooklyn,
Cigar.
Manhattan.
Rory, hold on. It's one of my sponsors. Hey, man, how are you? Good to see you.
How you doing, Stars? Everything.
Friday night, man. We're sipping. We're talking about
I'm sipping
colorism
too.
versus racism. Where do you want to start?
Colorism versus racism. I think it goes hand in hand. Being a dark skinned man, you listen, like Rory said, I'm a New Yorker. I grew up.
Never mind, Rory. Rory, come on,
Yeah,
black
yeah.
man.
Okay,
Which is more damaging? Never mind, Rory.
Which was more damaging? I would say colorism. Colorism is a little more damaging.
Tell us why.
Because racism is here to stay. That's something that you get used to. Colorism is something that can psychologically damage you. I went through that when I was younger because I didn't realize, you see certain images. I used to like watch shows like 90210, and you would see stuff, and I would put the remember the Duke? I don't know, so I remember the Duke. I used to put the Duke in my hair. The Duke, like the Jerry Curl.
Duke, you're talking about like Duke, New Nile.
Yeah. And I would put that in my hair to straighten my hair to look, more like.
Well, that was for the wave. That was for waves.
Yeah, but I wanted my hair to be more slick. I didn't like my kinky hair.
Okay.
So that psychologically that did something to me. But then as I got older, I realized I'm handsome. I don't need to do that. So. But it's a psychological thing. Racism is something you just be like, you wave it off, and it's like, okay, whatever. Especially like,
Straight hair does look better. No, you were right when you were younger. Straight hair does look better.
Let the man speak, Rory. Let the man speak, please. Go ahead, Jerry.
Nah, listen, it's all good. But listen, I like my kinky hair too. But I think all hair textures is cool. But I think, like I said, I think the racism is something you get used to. Colorism is more of a psychological effect, which is more long lasting. Racism is just something you wave it off. You say, all right, this is what it is. I think the colorism is more powerful and more of a psychologically damaging.
Let me ask you a question. Now, you're a father, yes?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Never mind you right now. Let's not make this just about us.
Okay.
Is racism more dangerous? You see, the key word for tonight, which one is more damaging? But I'm asking you, is racism more dangerous? You see, you can get caught up in racist situations, lose your life. You can be harmed, violated. Is it more dangerous, racism?
Yeah, because I go to Dominican Republic. I've been to Brazil. And racism comes in many different forms. Like you got light-skinned Brazilians, or you got dark-skinned, and you do get treated differently. And the temperature be a little bit more different when you're of a darker hue. They treat you a little different. But like I said, I learned to just wave that off, and my personality overshadows that. But yeah, I think racism can be more dangerous. But I think the two go hand in hand. To be perfectly honest with you.
All right. Okay. Rory,
they're synonymous to each other.
Yeah, I just want to say, if everybody noticed, when he wanted to use his example of colorism, he had to go foreign, outside of the country. You're a New Yorker. You said you're a New Yorker, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, as a New Yorker, have you really ever experienced white Americans, other white New Yorkers being racist to you, or was it white foreigners that were racist to you when you lived in New York, or did you experience no racism really in New York?
It's more like the foreigners. The foreigners be more racist. I think because most of the people I grew up with, it's all different colors. It'd be white, Italians, Puerto Rican, all type of. It's more like the foreigners because they don't know how to deal with you because they're not from here. So, like I said, New York is a melting pot. So, I would say more like the foreigners.
All right, so the foreigners do the same thing to white people. They come over here, the Africans, whether they're El Salvadorians, Venezuelans, and they start talking that white man this and white man that, And I try to tell people the foreigners are provocateurs in the racism scheme. After the crack era, a lot of racism had died after the crack era in New York because everybody was just a bunch of. Everybody was, there was a lot of crackheads, a lot of a nigger meant like anything. Could be white, Puerto Rican,
It
black.
means ignorant person. Nigga means ignorant person. That's what it means.
Right, it meant like somebody smoking crack, a crazy motherfucker,
Yes,
and right where we come from. And then
exactly.
a lot of people that are not from here, they claim that I'm a white supremacist and I'm a racist and shit, just because I know that racism exists. But I also try to tell them, like, it's perpetuated by bringing all these different people into our country who you can see in Minnesota. That lady from Somalia, she a refugee. She a refugee, and she talking about white supremacy. We took her in. White
Let me
people
tell you
took her
something.
black ass in.
Let me
Her
tell you
black
something, Rory.
country is shit.
Let me
You
tell you
heard?
something. Let me tell you something. Uh, uh, Elon Omar and all those people like Somalians and
Right.
Africans,
Right.
Right.
they're more racist than any
Than
white person I
anybody.
ever met. They're
Right.
more racist. I had an African woman in the Bronx call me a nigger and meant it. Called me a nigger and like meant it. And I wanted to knock her head off, and she
Right.
meant it. So
Right.
it's like, it comes in many different forms, especially in New York. But I think I might experience more racism from Africans, like you said,
What's up with
foreigners, than any white person. Because, like I said, I grew up
Same
with
with me.
people with different backgrounds.
JR Cigar, hold on a second. Rory, hold on. Area code 213. Good evening. Are you there? 213.
What's up? What's up with it?
Good evening, sir. How are you? Good evening.
I'm good. I'm good. Who is your man right here talking? All right. So what was we talking about the whole? Who was we talking about? We was talking about the whole what your man's with the racism or whatever. I don't know.
Well,
We was talking crazy.
hang on, hang on, sir. Tonight is Friday. We want people to crash out. Have you donated to the show? I don't mind you going balls deep on the white boy, but have you donated to the show?
I got you, bro. I'm gonna take care of you. It's all
Okay,
good.
listen. Hang on. I'm gonna put you on hold. I'm gonna put you on hold. You take care of that donation. I'm gonna bring you back in. Hey, get at that fucking white boy. Don't play with him. Don't fucking play with him.
Oh, me.
All right?
Oh, me. It's all good.
I'm gonna put you on hold, send in that Skrilla, and go, and I'm gonna bring you back in. Take that white boy's head off. Okay, that's how we giving it up tonight. Everybody, hold on.
We'll see how that works out for.
Hold on, Rory. Wealthy I got your donation. He says Rory is obsessed with black people.
Completely. Oh, forget about it. Forget about it. If I ever go down, I'm going to say it was because I was a strong black man and they didn't want me speaking my piece. That's a fact. That's a whole fact.
Hang on. Hang on. You know, racism can be funny. You know, you can tell jokes. You can do stand-up comedy. I don't think that colorism too often is funny. Let me go to JR Cigar first, and then we'll go to Rory. What are your thoughts? Don't disagree with me. JR Cigar, what do you think? Can colorism ever be funny?
Can it be funny? I think, like
I'd say no.
I don't think so either, because I think, like I told you, it's more psychologically damaging, the colorism. I told you what it did to me when I was younger. It took me, I had to wait till I got older to realize how handsome I was, and women would appeal to me, because when I was younger, I didn't think I was attractive. So, I don't know if colorism can be funny. Racism is really funny, especially being in New York, where everybody cracks on each other. Blacks and Puerto Ricans, blacks and Italians, blacks and Irish, Cambodians from my part of the Bronx. Like, everybody cracks on each other. And but colorism is, like I told you, psychologically damaging.
Rory, can colorism be funny in comparison to racism?
Yeah. Everything could be funny, man. You can find humor in anything. That's the way I feel. But like people said, like that video you played, and they said every color is beautiful. It's like, nah, you ever see the Jamaicans? Like, you ever see them? That's not like, most of them, they're not, there's nothing about them beautiful. Like, they ugly as hell. That's just an observation. No, that's just an observation.
Hundreds of beautiful Jamaican women. Where are you going?
I said a lot of them. And the Indians too. You see some Indian people, they so black they blue. some of the ones from India, they're like a shade of blue. And you're like, no, that's not attractive at all.
Hold on.
So I think,
Sir, in the back, did you send in that donation? I want you to get at the white boy. Are you there, sir? 213. Where is he at?
Who that?
Okay, sir, did you? He didn't call back, or he dropped out or something. Okay.
He probably called from jail.
I have a racist joke. Rory, what do you call a black woman that has an abortion?
A crime fighter.
A crime fighter. That's an
I got one for you, Star. What do you call Star? I got one for you. I got a good joke. What do you call a tree-lined street in Bed-Stuy?
I don't know.
Public transportation.
Oh, okay. That was kind of right. J.R. Cigar, do you know any racist jokes? J.R. Cigar.
I mean, none I can really think of. I mean,
do you know any colorism jokes? Colorism jokes.
I mean,
if no, just say no. Don't say
no. Not off the top of my head. No.
All right. Good to see you, man.
No problem.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Hey, yo, Rory, keep doing what you're doing, Rory.
Peace, man.
Okay.
He's honest. I appreciate his honesty, Star. You know, he told it like it was. You know, he said the foreigners were the ones that gave him the issue with the race. You know.
Hold on a second, guys. Friday night, I'm sipping a little Douce. Rory sipping colorism versus racism. Which is more damaging? Area code 917. Good evening. 917.
Hey, good evening. Hey, good evening, Star. What's up, Roy? This is the commissioner.
Hey, man. Thank you for your support.
Hey, what's going on?
Appreciate
you. Yeah, no worries, man. A long time. So, I wanted to add on to what I had sent earlier. I believe that. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So when it comes to racism, I see it as this. I see that racism is the structure and the rules set to play this game we call Western civilization like life. And colorism is the prerequisite to get every young child on board to know how to play the game once they become of age. Does that make any sense? Or
it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think we had colorism before racism. What say you?
Well, you're always going to have a level of caste system when you're dealing with like the human race, because even if it wasn't like the shade of your skin, it'd be the color of your eyes, it'd be the texture of your hair. I mean, even with more like homogenous cultures and civilizations, it becomes a division of family after a while. So you're always going to have a hierarchy, no matter what you're dealing with when you're coming to whatever species or humans or whatever you're dealing with. But as far as racism in America, I feel as if that colorism is needed in order to get, young people or, people acclimated to the real world once you get to playing the game.
Whoa.
And to add on to what
whoa. I like what you just said. You said colorism is needed, yes?
Yeah. It's necessary because the issue that no. Hear me out. Come on. So Rory's gripe isn't really no, and I'm not speaking for Rory, but from what I'm picking up, his gripe is that these foreigners that are coming over are not playing the game properly when it comes to living in America. They're misusing their racism. They're making it too overt. They're using slanders and slurs when it's not necessary, and it's sullying up the game. You know what I'm saying? Because
sir, can I snitch? Sir, can I snitch? And and he's right on. He's running the screen. Rory takes 2 shots. Yeah. He takes 2 shots of alcohol, and he's looking for the brown sugar, and he will fight any nigga in the 5 boroughs over a black woman. Don't let him fool you. Hey, he will knuckle up. He will. What do they call that shit in California? Squabble. He will squabble up.
He'll squabble up.
If she's got a fat badunka-dunk, a big doodle maker, he will kick game to her and fight whoever is claiming her. Go ahead.
That's a fact.
Yeah, because they feed into his white messiah complex. I mean, ain't nothing more heroic than a white man. But like that's just my whole take on it, man. And I feel like if you're gonna live in America and you're gonna profit and you're gonna eat how we eating out here is just a part of the game, man. And I feel like colorism really affects like women because it's like a standard of beauty when they use colorism for women.
We haven't
For
even
men,
gotten to the whole skin bleaching thing yet. But go land your plane.
Yeah. But the whole situation with Drewski, I don't see it as a big deal because white mega churches have been doing this for generations, and now that Black people finally caught on and are starting to see the transformative power of making money off of people who are trying to, that need hope. Now it's a big issue that, Drewski's bringing it to light, but it is what it is, man.
Okay.
Wait, don't let him go. Don't let him go.
Thank you for your support.
Yo,
thank you.
Don't let him go.
All right. We got to take other calls, Rory. Okay. Do you want to chime in, Rory? And thank you for becoming a new member on the screen there.
I'm gonna keep it real. African American women are the most beautiful Black women in the world, and the reason for that is because they're mixed with white people, and they have this beautiful caramel complexion, and they come in like all different shades, and it also changes like their face size. It's not.
I know you.
I'm serious. I'm dead serious. African American women are the most beautiful Black women in the world, and it's because they mix with a lot of white blood, and a lot of like German, whatever, good blood. European blood. We're kind of the same people. They're just a little black. So.
Good evening. Are you there? 415. Hold on, Rory.
Paid member, John Blaze on the check-in.
Hey, man, how are you, sir? Good to hear from you. Where do you want to start?
Hey, I wanted to start with Rory.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Rory.
Yep.
Your teeth is black as asphalt. I mean, when I looked at your teeth on the screen, it looked like it's giving up gang signs. I mean, your teeth is so bad, you put up some shoes without even bringing in some proof of dental benefits. I mean, with all that money that you talked about that you have.
One at a time, Rory. Let John Blaze speak, and I'll let you. No, one at a time, Rory. Let John Blaze speak.
Rory,
Go ahead.
Rory, let me cook for a minute on your teeth.
Yeah, come on and cook.
I mean, it's even hard to look. It's hard to look at you on the screen. I mean, your upper lip, along with some bad teeth, and ain't no Black woman's gonna deal with you. The first thing she's gonna look for, as far as when she comes to your house, is proof of dental benefits. You put some old school Pumas on the screen, but you had the audacity to have Frank Sinatra with full pearly whites on a platter on behind you, and your teeth look a complete mess. This don't make no goddamn sense, Rory, we need you to stick to the phone, not to the visual aid of the screen. It's hard to look at you. Your upper lip, you ain't even got no mustache. You got a hat on, but we know your forehead is going back to your ears. It's hard to look at you, Rory. Your teeth is black as asphalt, and you got the nerve to actually comment on anybody else. You see what I'm saying? But Rory, like I said, the best key for you in 2026 is some dental benefits, or get yourself a porcelain grill. It'll be a major improvement. Now,
can we let him respond?
Oh, you too hard.
John Blaze, can we let him respond?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. Sit tight. Rory, you have the floor. John Blaze just called in to get at you.
Yeah, but I noticed the area code was 415. That's the San Fran area. If I'm not, that's this. So this nigga is down there calling up everybody, not talking about the subject. He's like, let me critique what you look like from San Francisco. He himself, his faggot black ass won't cam up. But he'll get up here and say, what somebody else look like, what another guy look like. Nothing wrong with my teeth. All my teeth are mine, And you mad every time I cam up. All the Black women, they come up, throw the heart signal, start sending in donations, and then he's sitting at home like, what is my gay black ass doing wrong? These women are actually beautiful. Why am I attracted to other black guys with tattoos? That's because you live in San Francisco and your father lived in San Francisco. Your father wasn't a Fillmore Slim.
Rory, can you not bring Rory?
Fuck this
nigga. Let's not do the family. It's not do a family thing. He didn't go there with you. Come on.
All right, my bad. All right, you're right. You know what? Yo, how come you never came up? You want to, like I'm saying, you know, it's so picturesque. A fucking black guy from San Francisco. This guy's walking on a stroll with a whole fucking skirt on. With Russell Westbrook. He the Russell Westbrook of San Francisco. You know, only he ain't got no athletics. Get the fuck out. Every time he calls up, he got nothing to say.
Hang on, Rory. Let him respond one at a time.
John Blaze is from East Oakland, but reside in Daly City. What we gonna do? What we doing right now is focusing on the teeth. The teeth looks a mess, and what the problem is the fact that it looks like you got some smoking mess. It looked like the fact that you actually went ahead and chewed on a brick. That's the problem. That's fine. You want to make these assumptions, but you got to be. You got to remember this. John Blaze is a real one.
You've been calling to the show for years.
The listeners have a visual aid of who John Blaze is, and his show don't look like this ragged tooth Irishman who just got through eating on a brick. It looked like you just got through smoking meth. I mean, your teeth got so big, so many spaces in between them. I can go ahead and put whole 5 fingers through them. You see what I'm saying? I mean, Rory, look at you. You got crow's feet on your side of your eyes. You look like you're 96 years old on the screen talking about you going to get the next black woman. There ain't no black woman other than Whoopi Goldberg that's going to want you.
Okay, stay right there. Rory, or do we let John Blaze have the last word? Do you want to clap back, Rory?
I mean, John Blaze is living in a fucking tenement building in San Francisco with, a bunch of other gay black dudes on the floor. He won't cam up for a reason. He won't cam up. John Blaze never paid rent in his life. He went to the government to get it to get some help. Obviously, John Blaze has had nothing more than a rented room. That's the extent of his existence on this earth. He's sharing a rented room with another black guy in San Francisco. That's it. He wants to talk about Rory. He's in San Francisco as a grown man sharing a room with another black guy in the Castro district. 415.
Can we let John Blaze?
You will never cam up.
Can we let John Blaze land his plane, Rory?
Yeah, he's a moolie from
John Blaze is going to land his plane. John Blaze is going to land his plane on this one in 2023.
The only thing you're blazing
John
is
Blaze went and cammed up with Florida Boy Jay. Then we had on who cammed up as well, which was Roy, who was on a roof, and then we were interrupted by some black dude. Now we would go ahead and end it on that.
Okay.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
In the Middle East.
Okay, salute.
Peace.
Right. Rory, hold on. 7-8, are you there? Good evening. We're sipping. We're talking about colorism versus racism. Which is more damaging?
I would say overall, colorism is more damaging because it creates more coons, and we have a pandemic or a proportion of just coons. This is the most time it's ever been profitable.
Great point.
To be a coon, and I feel like
great point.
Colorism is at the root of it because, whether you guys want to talk about indigenous life here or Africa, wherever it started with albinos or whatever. So it's just continued to now. And it's just, and even listening to the past caller and me hearing her fully explain it, and then that's how it starts. It starts with the colorism at the young ages, and then we just grow up to we're just perpetuating it even more. And like I'm against it. I'm with my woman right now, my black woman right now.
Salute.
We love each other, we care for each other, we support each other, and we are each other's partners. Like, there's no hate here, there's no competition, it's none of that. Like, and there's plenty of that out here, and that's not being highlighted. It's not, a lot of black love is not being highlighted, and it needs to be. Like,
can I jump in?
Racial and division. Yeah.
You bring up a great point, coons. The cone is more damaging in the black neighborhoods than the goddamn DEA. Would you not agree?
It's definitely.
The coon is
very dangerous.
The coon is dangerous. Rory, do you want to speak to what this man is saying, or do we let him land his plane? Rory.
No, I mean, to me, it sounds like I would assume that him and his woman are very dark skinned, and that's
that mean?
that's where he's coming from. Like that's his angle.
What does
That's
that
where
mean?
because the two of them are very very dark skinned, and they don't.
Well, why don't you ask him rather than
Well, they've been a
assuming?
victim of colorism. I think he's been the victim of colorism.
Well, ask him. You don't know. Don't.
Oh no. I could let you know right now, Roy. I'm from Queens, New York. I'm middle complected. I'm not dark and I'm not light. So my experience, I've been able to kind of coast by on each side. Like I've been accepted and maybe gone through it with each side. So I haven't been through what a dark-skinned man has been through, and I don't exactly have the privileges maybe a light-skinned person would have. But my complexion has gotten me through a lot of doors.
There's no. I mean, would you? No. How about this? Would you rather have been born very dark-skinned, or would you rather have had a lighter complexion?
I would rather be born very dark, knowing what I know. I would rather have been very dark skinned, just because of the fact of genetic
You lying like a motherfucker.
No, I'm super serious. No, Rory, I'm super serious. Rory, I am super serious. And I put that, serious. No, you're laughing. I'm super serious in my heart. And I put that on each three of my nieces because I really know my history and I know y'all history. So I would prefer to be dark skinned. I would prefer to get more melanated. I would prefer to be in the sun because y'all can't go in the sun with me.
Why you stay out of the sun?
Not natural. You are a recessive gene. You can't sunbathe.
Why you dress? Why you wear full clothes?
Have a sun challenge with me.
Rory, let this man speak. Okay, sir. Before you go, I need to ask you.
Pasty pale.
Hang on, sir. Before you go, I need to ask you something. Please tell me. Please tell me it's cap because I'm really pissed off at myself. Are homes in South Jamaica, Queens going for $700,000? I mean, old rundown homes that used to be like trap houses, coke spots in the 80s. Do you know about South Jamaica?
Star, yes, that is very true. And I'm from the north side, where Andrew Jackson, I'm from St. Albans, Queens. We have houses going for $2 million. We have houses going for $2.2 million. And yes, they're trying to gentrify the neighborhood because it is a safe neighborhood. And Queens has been rated the safest neighborhood in
Queens get the money. Queens get
the money and will always get the money. And we are returning to the throne, and we will return to the top.
Hang on, sir, hold on. Now, I don't know about the we now because those houses that I'm talking about that were like, back in the 50s and the 60s, those neighborhoods were flourishing. I've got family that used to own homes in Laurelton, Rochdale, places. Listen, I'm so old. You ever heard of Rochdale Movie Theater? No, that's from the 70s.
That might be before my time.
That's for your time.
That might be before my time. I know.
But when I heard that homes in South, I saw this shit scrolling on Instagram. I said, get the fuck out of here. $700K.
In St. Albans, Queens, $2.2 million.
Over there by Baisley. Anyway, land your plane. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But like I said, I'm here with my black woman right now. We love each other. We care for each other. We are partners, and it is plenty of that. Look at the marriage rate. Okay. It is it's time to end the division. It's time to end the separation. Like that's it. Simple. Have a good night.
Salute, man. Yes, sir. David D. Cordoba from Today's Religious Talk. Good evening, sir. How are you, David? We can't hear you, David. Do I have to fix your audio? What's going on there? Okay, you have to unmute your microphone. It's not me. There you go.
There we go. Hey, how's it going, Star? Hey, Rory, how's it going? How's everyone doing?
Good to see you, man.
Respect.
What's going on with you, man?
Friday night.
Let's go. Yeah. Come on. Colorism versus racism. Which is more damaging? Keyword, damaging. David.
I think racism is way more damaging than colorism because I believe colorism is like an extension of racism. But colorism to me is self-induced. It's something that the Black community, I think they do it to themselves, whereas racism is imposed upon them. So one is an external force pressed upon Black people, and the other is self-induced. You're doing it to yourself. So the whole thing with colorism is just between lighter versus darker skinned people. And to me, the whole thing's stupid. I think colorism is the dumbest thing in the world because it presupposes that a light-skinned person is going to feel superior because of their features, their lighter skin, maybe their Caucasian features, whatever, what have you, softer hair or straighter nose, what have you. And it makes a darker skinned person feel inferior on account of their particular phenotype. So colorism is about dark-skinned people feeling inferior on account of how they look, and light-skinned people feeling superior on account of how they look. But here's where it's all stupid. This is why it doesn't make sense. Because in order to even have light-skinned people or mixed people in the first place, you'd have to have white people and Black people mixing. That means that the dark people have to be the most sexually desirable because it starts between the Black and white race. So how could a light-skinned person feel superior when they're the byproduct of an interracial relationship? And then how the hell could a dark-skinned person feel inferior when you're the one producing all the mixed people? And you're the one who's the most sexually desirable and attractive to the white race. So white people that mix with dark-skinned Black people are the ones producing the light-skinned people.
213, my nigga, you're back. You hung up earlier. 213. 213. Where are you, sir? 213.
I'm right here.
Okay, did you send in that Skrilla?
Yeah. A little dope ass Legion.
Okay, get at that white boy. Don't fucking play with him. He's a friend of mine, but if you need to take his fucking head off, get at him, man. Don't play with him.
No, that's all good. Look, I done calmed down. I done calmed down.
Oh,
but look. What I'm trying to say is, all right. So what's the question again?
It's on the screen, my nigga. What are you talking about? It's on the screen.
It's okay. It's okay. You're dumb. You're Black, and you could just pull it back. That's all good. You sent the donation. You did enough. You did enough tonight. You figured out how to send the donation.
Okay. All right.
That's more than enough for your brain cells, my nigga. Let it go. Just say salute, star. I sent a donation.
That's it. I'm from North Carolina. You feel me? I'm on you right now. I'm listening to you talk, bro. I don't care about none of that shit. I'm a whole different type of nigga. You feel me? Like I'm all the way over here in California. I move around the whole U.S. Like I'm a different type of nigga you talking to, bro. No cat, no kizzy.
Get at him.
No, I ain't high. Look, I'm looking at the comments and everything on me, bro.
Sir, don't look at the comments. Get at the white boy. He's right. Sir.
Yeah, I mean, get off the tractor. Get off the tractor trailer, big country. Hey, big country. Get off the tractor trailer. Talk to the show. Just say, Star, I'm a dumb country bumpkin, and I love you, and I sent you a donation, and salute to the white boy, because I know he'll knock my shit off. That's it. Just say that. Salute to the white boy. He's the realest white boy I ever seen in my life. And, there's a donation. And let me get my Black ass off the line before I make a fool of my dumb self. Just say that.
Okay, hold on, bro. All right, sir, you have the floor. White boy's violating. You have the floor, sir.
White boy violating. But that nigga ain't even white, my boy. He's not white. Like, he's not even white. Like, what are you, my guy? You're like Middle Eastern or something. Like, I'm looking right at you, my boy. Like, quit talking crazy on God. Like, I'm just a real nigga. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? You want to talk to a real nigga? You want to talk to a nigga that's really going to get on you? That's really not giving a fuck? All right, here you go. Yeah. Listen. Yeah. On me. I'm just like, on me, on my type time.
Or laughing at you.
Oh, bro, why is you over? Oh my God,
sir, you have the floor. Who's in the background?
Neighborhood right here, bro. Neighborhood right here.
I'm reading this and they're laughing. Like, get it.
Man,
sir, you there? I didn't hang up on you. 213.
Yeah, I'm right here, my boy. I'm right here.
Okay.
You ain't done.
Are you gonna get at the white boy, sir? Stop playing with him.
Bro, I can't.
I ain't protecting nobody. Get at that white boy. He's talking reckless.
Turn the TV up a little bit. I can't hear the white boy.
Okay, all right.
All I can hear is you, my boy.
Over there.
Well, he already said what he said, sir. He said what he said.
Yeah, he said what he said about my black folks, about my people, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, we in Oakland, bro. Like, this is where goddamn whole lives, got whole lives. There's all types of shit going on over here, bro.
No.
You feel me? Like, there's no cap. No cap over here.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Niggas in the background saying, "Don't claim Oakland." Can you hear them? They
Niggas
say, "Don't do
in the
that."
background talking because they drunk, bro. I'm really right here, bro. I'm right here with you, bro. I'm listening to you.
All right, sir. Hold on a second, Rory. Rory, do you want to respond to 213 claiming Oakland? Rory.
I mean, come on, man. They're not even speaking English. You know, they sound like a bunch of a gay black couple called Biscuits and Gravy. That's what that's a gay black couple called Biscuits and Gravy. They over there sharing a plate of Hoppin' Johns with four niggas in a little room sharing a plate of Hoppin' Johns. I'm not, you know, I can't even understand these country bumpkins. You know, so I'm okay. You know, okay. I'm okay with that. They really ain't saying
sir, I'm gonna put the white boy on mute. You have the final word. Take your time, sir. You sent it a donation.
Your boy is not white. Your boy is not white. Your boy is a millionaire from the Middle East. A nigga own oil or something. What are you talking about, bro? Give me some freedom on his land, bro. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. My chest piece moves.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
My bishop just moved up. Man, what you talking about?
Okay.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm letting you land your plane, sir. Take your time. You have the floor. You have the floor.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Bro, talk to him, bro. What you
Nah, man.
Right here,
no back.
My boy right here ain't even black neither. This nigga right here doing all the talking.
Having shit.
This nigga right here. Yeah, I'm a real nigga, bro. Don't talk about but you know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, I'm respectful young man.
Sir, don't be respectful. Take that white boy's head off. Sir, don't be respectful. Sir, don't be respectful.
World, you know what I'm saying? I'll take.
Sir, it's Friday. Sir, can you hear me? Sir,
I grew up in a nice household.
Sir, can you hear me?
Father. I got grandparents.
Sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please, please stop talking. Sir, stop talking. Stop talking. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, shut up.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
Do not be respectful. Get at the white boy. Tell him SMD before you go. Turn up, nigga.
Oh yeah, suck my dick, nigga. Oh, goofy ass nigga. Nigga, we outside, nigga. Bullshit. Outside on the regular, nigga. We don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. He told me, nigga, get active on him, nigga. Cut your ass.
Okay, thank you, sir. You saw the complaint. You saw the dismissal. Where do you want to start? I got plenty of time. I'm not going to kick their backs in salt and pepper, but I think that they should be, you know, going after Herbie. What say you?
No, you're exactly right. That's where they assigned their grant of rights to back in 1986. They assigned their grant of rights over to Herbie Lovebug, and Herbie Lovebug assigned his grant of rights by owning copyright ownership over to Universal or Next Plateau, which was a subsidiary of Universal. So, in law, they could only file for termination of who they assigned the grant of rights to in the chain, and that's Herbie Lovebug. So they kind of like overstepped Herbie Lovebug. I don't know if they were trying to be slick or not, you know what I'm saying, from past history or whatever, but they just kind of like jumped over Herbie, thinking that they can get the masters directly back from Universal without Herbie's permission, who was the copyright controller.
Well, there is the Copyright Act of 1976 that says after 35 years you can request, you know, your masters back.
Which was in effect for January 1st, 1978. Yes.
Yeah. Pardon me. Okay, but now is Herbie broke? I don't know, but you know, he did the deal with Next Plateau, and I'm not even sure if they did a deal with Universal at that particular point in time, because Next Plateau, Wild Pitch, Select Records, Priority, that they were all proud to be independent at some point in time, right?
Yeah, and I think Next Plateau had Ultramagnetic at the time. and a few other groups. And a lot of those were proud independent companies.
Yeah.
I just don't know who they attached their distribution with at the time to have Universal. You know, maybe they were signed to Next Plateau at one time, and then after like Push It and some bigger records, they were able to get a bigger deal, or and get out, and Herbie was able to get out the Next Plateau deal. I really don't know, you know, but I know Universal, which was what, Polygram or Poly something before that, right?
Polydor.
Yeah, but yeah, before that, before it transitioned to Universal, but seems like they had the copyright since at least the 90s.
Yeah. So here we are now, case dismissed. Do you think that they will refile?
Well, I think the window's open. I think this is the 40th year with the 35-year copyright termination from 1978, Section 203. That when you have 35 years, you also have a 5-year window to terminate. So this is the 40th year. So if they were smart, they can put termination on Herbie Lovebug's production company and go back at Universal over the masters, but they can't go back into court without Herbie Lovebug. So they're gonna have to go after Herbie to try to get their masters back. But if they don't do it by this year, it's over.
You say they can't go back without him. What do you mean, as some type of partner? Because
because he's the copyright controller. He put the grant of rights over to Universal, so they have to put the termination over to. They have to. What their mistake was that they had to bring the termination to Herbie Lovebug instead of Universal.
But hang on a sec. Hang on. There's got to be a reason why he doesn't now have those masters. You know, did he do a George Clinton move? George Clinton, we love him, Parliament Funkadelic, but George Clinton, literally gave away the rights to some of the biggest hits of Parliament Funkadelic. You know, he needed cash. Did Herbie Azar do that? Number one. And number two, Herbie and Salt were dating back in the days. I'm not hating on them for dating. A lot of times you have relationships with people in the same business that you work in. Do they have any kids together?
I don't know, but go back to George Clinton, like you just mentioned. George Clinton could have had his masters back and rights back a long time ago. Just like you said, he might have been desperate for money situations. He signed over his rights to Armin Baladian, which is Bridgeport Music, who's a good fighter in court. And my lawyer actually got a settlement for George Clinton back in the mid 2010s to get his rights back on the publishing and to be in the contract for the next 2 years on a 50-50. And he turned around and said that he wanted to sue the whole music industry, which was which he couldn't afford to do. And George Clinton's a little abstract, let's just say that. Now with Salt and Pepper, I mean, I don't know if I don't know if Salt's relationship with Herbie affected how she wanted to confront him, to try to get the masters back, or even if they're in a speaking relationship. But it was just very odd, the fact that she jumped over him to try to go right to Universal, which is a deceptive move in my eyes.
Let me jump in for a second. Guys, we're talking about the Copyright Act of 1976. And it was overhauled effective January 1st, 1978. So yes, you and I were both right. Okay, so with regards to where they are now, guys, let's be clear for those of you who have been, commenting on this particular dismissal of the lawsuit. They're not getting the masters back. They never owned them.
No.
Let's be clear. Salt and Pepper never owned them. They were under a work for hire agreement with Herbie's production company. So they gave him the rights to exploit them. And again, they were young, so I'm not, kicking their backs in. But now, if we can go a little deeper here. Pause.
Yes,
go a little deeper.
Let's go.
You've heard me say this before. A lot of your early rappers and producers, your producers who did not play piano, songwriters, most songwriters do have some type of understanding of chords, whether they be augmented or diminished. Okay. A lot of the early producers, they were just loop masters. They knew how to loop beats.
Yes.
They could either speed it up or slow it down and disguise it. They were thieves. George Clinton was getting robbed from a lot of rappers. James Brown getting robbed, right?
Big time. Joe Tex, a whole bunch of people just getting robbed back to back.
Okay.
They were infringed upon all through the 80s.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I mean, all through the 80s, they were losing. They should own, just from copyright ownership or just being partners in copyright ownership. They should have so many more records under their Schedule A.
So let me just say this. Guys, phone lines are open if you want to call in and talk about this lawsuit dismissal. Goo's on the line with me, and Goo, I'm going to get your information on the showrunner. Just bear with me.
Absolutely.
I say that to say this. Don't just feel sorry for Salt and Pepper and have this defeatist attitude. Yo, they got robbed. Well, the rappers were robbing people too. I remember rappers. They used to talk about, well, I'm making you relevant again. They were talking about some of the older artists from the 60s and 70s. I'm making you relevant again. People in their fucking 70s who could no longer tour, and they say, okay, well, it's great that you're making me relevant, but where's the money, right?
Yeah, I think even Big Daddy Kane might have said that. I forgot which rapper said that back in the day, but there was numerous rappers saying.
There's Marquis.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's numerous rappers that was saying that back in the day. I'm making you relevant. You know what I'm saying? That is so true. That is so true.
Fly Tie was allegedly ganking niggas. Come on, man.
I got a few Cold Chillin' artists, and unfortunately, there was games being played over there for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which album was that from De La Soul? Was it 3 Feet High and Rising? That they had a hell of a time trying to clear the samples.
You know what? It might have been. It was either the first or second album. What was the name? Oh, man.
I think it was 3 Feet High and Rising. But listen, Goo, you go ahead and talk, guys. Goo has the floor. Goo has a great understanding with regards to mechanical royalties, residuals. Goo, take your time and talk about these clearance forms that people don't even know about when they're submitting these to ASCAP and BMI, please.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an ugly game where people overstep the boundaries, and they might sample works and then put the works into their name, not give licenses to the for the true owners of the works, and that is a copyright infringement. If you get caught. Now, if the records don't sell, they might leave it alone. But if these records sell, you're liable for copyright infringement, which is going to be $150,000 plus the last
minimum.
Minimum plus back royalties. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen multi-million-dollar lawsuits over negligence. I mean, I'm tied up with something right now with a Kendrick Lamar record. Where something didn't get, and it's one of the more popular Kendrick Lamar records. I'll say that came out within the last few years.
Go ahead and talk.
And there was some works that was implemented in the record that wasn't licensed properly, and now there's multi-million-dollar claims. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that I could take you to court and try to make a claim for 100% of the record now. You know what I'm saying? So usually there's settlements and it doesn't go that far. So if you remember, like how the Deja Vu record by Peter Guns and Lord Tariq, which came out, that had that was shouting out New York, and they had the Steely Dan sample, right. and they didn't clear it. You know what I'm saying? And they put out the record. The record gained so much momentum that they couldn't keep up with. It was just too popular. It was just too late. Steely Dan heard about it, and they came back and they claimed they ran down on Sony and claimed 100% of the record. And that go on.
Let me jump in. 3 Feet High and Rising, landmark album, Tommy Boy record. Salute to Prince Paul. Prince Paul produced that. That was their debut album. Came out February the 6th, 1989. It was held up because of the I'll even say incredible production by Prince Paul. But that was the days when we didn't have those companies yet that were literally listening to music. They were coming up with different ways to detect, by way of codes and things, if someone was using a record from the 50s, the 60s, or the 70s. What was the track by Biz Markie? Was it You Got What I Need? Got What I Need.
That whole album, I think, got court problems. Right. I forgot. Was that the Can I Borrow a Dollar or something like that? It was
that song. You Got What I Need. That was a huge hit. And somebody else, he got sued for that.
But mind you, look at that. The R&B singer Mario turned that into an R&B song.
Right.
If you remember that in like 2002 or so. and then it's just a game of clearances. But if speaking on Tommy Boy and what you were just mentioning with the De La Soul.
Hold on, but so that we don't jump all over the
Okay, I'm
place,
sorry.
I want you to talk about publishing for a second after I read this a donation on the screen. Go Gadget says Tone Loc sampled Van Halen while yeah, that's right. That was Jamie's Crying, I think, if I'm not mistaken, by Van Halen.
Okay.
And Eddie Van Halen was pissed because he didn't know that was his track. I remember seeing an interview. He said, "Damn, that sounds familiar," when you heard it on the radio, because they sped it up.
Oh, okay.
Come to find out, they actually sampled it. That's Alex Van Halen on the drums.
Okay. Did they ever claim infringement, Star?
You fucking right. They got millions off of the publishing. Talk about publishing for a second. Go again. Clearance forms, ASCAP, BMI, things that people need to know. Please.
Yeah, I mean, with the publishing, you have 50% of your writer share going into publishing with ASCAP and your performance rights organizations, which is BMI, ASCAP, and CSAC. So you have each company gives you two accounts: a writer share, which is not publishing, and then you have a publishing company which splits the dollar. So you get $1.50 goes into each account. So your publishing gets a portion of the PRO, the performance rights organization, pays out to that, and then you have the mechanical publishing from sales, which is also another royalty account, which is also considered publishing. And then there's sync licensing, that and there's sheet music and stuff like that, but that's kind of rare. But there's sync licensing, and there's a lot of money, but there's a lot of money in that too. 6-figure licenses from TV and TV commercials and stuff like that, and movies and what have you, movie trailers and what have you. But publishing is very important. I notice a lot of people don't really know how to collect their publishing. A lot of people think that just because I signed to the performance rights organization, they think that the performance royalty and the mechanical royalties come through one company. So they're like, "Oh no, I'm getting all my money. I signed up with ASCAP." I'm like, "Nah. Well, what about your mechanical royalties from Universal or Sony, what have you?" You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people just aren't educated on how the whole publishing structure goes so far. So that's what I do. I have YouTubes based on I give education.
Well, hang on, Goo. Hold on. Listen, you've got so much knowledge, and I'm not just saying this because we're friends, but I got a lot of respect for your knowledge.
I appreciate it.
Clearance forms. Some people don't even see a clearance form if no one tells them. There are some great guys out there who I know, I'm not going to say names, and part of the deals that they have in the past offered to rappers is say, "Hey, this is what I'm asking for. I'm going to give you a flat fee. You're not going to see no radio airplay, so I might as well give you $125,000 for the songwriting publishing." And then that person fills out the clearance form. So what you're
absolutely
hang on. What you're saying sounds hot. If you can get to a clearance form, but some companies, some people won't even tell you about that, and they'll say, "Well, hey, this is what we are requesting or demanding."
And that usually happens to somebody more in the youthful stages of the business. And if you remember, like Gene Griffin, for example, you know what I'm saying? Like he was giving you writership, but wasn't giving you publishing. You know what I'm saying? So you would get, you would sign that contract, and he would make all the claims on the publishing end. You had no acknowledgement, to collect on the publishing rights. Yeah. So a lot of companies was like that, and even like Coachella Records and Priority Records that Run DMC was signed to, you would have no publishing designee. You would get instead of you having your own publishing company and them giving you that, they would give you a royalty, basically just saying like, "Hey, I'll give you 50% of the royalties that come in, but I own the full copyright." You know what I'm saying? So now the record company could go assign rights to the PROs and everywhere else to go collect the money. You know what I'm saying? So, and they would have to give you 50%, but then there'd be a lot of inaccuracies and downplaying on giving you money and stuff like that. So you wouldn't really get all your money. But just like you said, especially those companies in the 80s, they would definitely claim full copyright ownership. So you wouldn't even have a publishing company to go collect upon.
All right. You mentioned Gene Griffin, guys. Again, you're welcome to call in, join the conversation. Gene, is he still alive? Gene Griffin?
Mm-mm.
No.
Gene probably died over a decade ago, 15 years ago. He might have died like 09.
Gene Griffin, legendary music industry. I'll say boss. He was the early version.
Gangster.
Let's not use that word. He was the early version of Suge Knight. He managed a guy. Oh God, who else?
Redhead Kingpin. The R&B group Today.
Keith Sweat.
Yeah, Keith Sweat. Yeah, he was involved with a lot of people. He put some work in. I'm not gonna say he didn't have talent to recognize, talent and stuff like that. He definitely knew how to recognize talent. It's just that, these contracts were a little Debo-ish.
My point is, you can feel sorry for Salt and Pepper if you're a fan. If you're a Salt and Pepper fan, call in, speak your piece, but don't just look at the corporations. They was doing something funny with the money. A lot of times you had black people.
I was just gonna say that
in between your deals, and that's where your money went. I have to say that because we can talk about multiple horror stories, but somewhere with regards to people coming out of the inner cities, the projects, if you will. Teddy Riley came from, I forget which projects. Gene Griffin took a big portion of his publishing. Area code 718. Good evening. Are you there? Please watch the language. 718.
Hi, Star. It's Legally Shay.
Hey,
how are you?
Hey, how are you? Good to hear from you.
Likewise. I'm a little nervous, but I wanted to call in.
Take your time. Come on.
Okay. I just had a couple of questions because I understand how it looks that maybe the attorneys for Salt and Pepper made some type of mistake. Okay. However, I don't know, and I haven't read it, Star, and I'm really sorry. I know you don't like it when people are not that informed.
No, that's fine.
But
that's fine.
Okay, my concern more has to do with the fact that the judge has a problem with them alleging that they were the owners of the masters, right? So something must have happened where something got lost in translation. They need to prove that. So yes, you're right, Star, that they can file another lawsuit, right? Because it was not dismissed with them not being able to do that.
With prejudice.
But correct. But the issue is, what evidence, what facts can you put in this new complaint that would pass the level of a motion to dismiss, right? So if you think about it, right. UMG didn't file an answer, right?
I'm sure they did. I just, I'm sorry, they did in the.
They didn't have to.
Yeah, well,
but
they did.
Yes, they did.
Of course they did.
Okay.
They filed. Hold on a second before I forget. Pardon me. They filed a motion to dismiss, and it was granted. Go ahead.
Back in May, they filed.
Correct. Correct, sir. So my question for you is that I know that you kept mentioning another gentleman that should have been in the lawsuit. Can you give me some background on what happened back in the 80s?
Yeah.
So, for instance, why is it that Salt and Pepper are saying, okay, we can go under the copyright laws and we can say that this conversion has taken place because look at all the time that has passed. We have been performing this. Everybody knows that these songs, that we are the faces of these songs. But UMG was able to prove in their motion to dismiss, which I haven't seen, that it doesn't matter, and that they were willing to work with Salt and Pepper on this, right? But Salt and Pepper didn't want to do that because think about it. UMG is losing money because of this problem, because Salt and Pepper have stands that are going to stand with them, and they're not going to be trying to look for the music or play the music. You know what I mean? So that's why UMG also made the comment that they want to work with them. But I just wanted to know, sorry that I'm talking too much.
No, it's fine.
Who had the original rights?
Okay. I just pulled up the complaint. If you email me legally, Shay, my email address is on the screen. I will send you the complaint, or you can just go to musicbusinessworld.com, but I'll send it to you. I have the complaint and I have the order to dismiss. I do not have UMG's motion to dismiss, however. So with regards to Herbie Azar, Herbie, again, 1 year younger than myself, born in Haiti. He came here and he flourished. Salute. And he had a production company, and he was also credited as being a writer on their early hits. Tramp was a single. Goo, help me up. I forget. And I'll Take Your Man was a B-side, actually. I'll Take Your Man is the track that actually popped off. Boom! A DJ somewhere in Hawaii, if memory serves me correctly, a DJ in Hawaii started playing the B-side because it wasn't like a urban sounding track, and that's boom what blew it up for them. Okay. So I can send you the complaint, but now let me just say this: I have no proof. What I'm saying is hearsay. I think that they took a shot in the dark. I think that they already know they never owned the masters. It might be a play on the public for sympathy. That's all I can guess. I don't know, other than the fact that Salt and Herbie used to date. I don't know why Herbie is not the one filing the lawsuit. Does that make sense legally, Shay?
It does. Can I make one comment then I'll get off? I won't take too much time.
No, stay with us. Come on.
Okay. So here are my thoughts, right? Usually when you file a lawsuit, I filed several lawsuits. I think I told you, Star, I practice in Massachusetts and Pennsylvania, right?
Right.
So when you file these lawsuits, you need to have something that's called standing.
Right.
I won't repeat what standing is unless everybody knows it, but you need to have some type of you need to have a right to sue. So like, for instance, if Salt and Pepper were not in part of the original contract, then the standing would be an issue. I didn't read that in the decision and order from the judge. I don't think that the issue had to do with that gentleman you just mentioned. I think that the issue more has to do with the fact that, Star, remember when you were just talking about the exhibits on when you filed the First Amendment complaint? I think it just has to do with the fact that they just couldn't prove it.
Right.
I think, Star, if they I'm sorry, Goo, and
no, go let her
but,
speak, and we'll come to you, Goo. Go ahead, Shay.
Okay. I think that if they were to prove something, Star, because you have to understand that burden, that first hurdle when you file a complaint, it's really not that high. So if you were to at least submit something enough where the judge could say, you know what, guys, this is a jury issue. This is not an issue for the law. I think it would pass. So going back to what you said, Star, I kind of take back what I said. Maybe if they come back with that evidence and that proof, they can file another complaint and it can go to the jury. Because I believe that this is a case that should go to the jury. Yeah. And that's it for me, Star.
No, stay there. Shay, please stay with us.
Okay.
Goo, you want to say something?
Legally, Shay, can I
Come on, Goo. Come on.
Let me tell you what. Okay, let's talk about Universal's. What Universal said. Basically, Universal said. Hopefully, you can understand this. Universal said, Salt and Pepper, you do not have legally you do not have the control of the copyright. So we do not acknowledge your termination. Legally, your copyright is controlled by Herbie Lovebug, and we will only acknowledge Herbie Lovebug as the copyright controller of these masters. That's basically it. In 1986, 1985, whatever year it was in the mid-'80s, they transferred the grant of rights to Herbie Lovebug's production company. All right? So they do not have copyright control of their master.
Can I jump in, Goo?
Yeah.
UMG was trying to negotiate behind the scenes with Salt and Pepper within the last couple of years because they filed the termination notice in 2022. And in the one of the clips that I'm either going to play or that I play with Good Morning America, they were trying to negotiate. So it's not like they just dismissed him and said, get out of here.
Sure.
they were trying to negotiate, and I'm sure you know it would benefit UMG if they could work it out and then put the songs, the music on streaming platforms. Go ahead.
No, you're right. They were trying to do that, but they needed Herbie Lovebug in the meeting.
I think Salt and Pepper was greedy and said, no, 2.3 million is not enough. We want 10 million. Legally Shay, back to you. I have no proof. I'm just rambling. Legally Shay.
I'm just saying. From my experience,
let Shay speak. Go. Let Shay speak and let Helena play. Go ahead.
I think, Star, you're right. And I also think it's important for us to notice that if Salt and Pepper had no right or no case, UMG wouldn't be negotiating with them at all.
Hey, Janet, good to hear from you Friday night. Janet, what's going on?
Hey, Star, how are you?
I'm good, Janet. What's going on with you?
Well, I was calling in because you have Goo there, so I could pick his brain, which you know I love doing.
Come on.
The question I have is this. I have two questions, right? One question is, if Spinderella didn't sign the original contract, what contract did she sign? And even though she was work for hire, shouldn't she still be able to go in and get her rights to a percentage of the masters of the songs that she wrote music for or wording?
No, well, how you doing, Janet? I mean, if she participated on the record and did do some do some writing or what have you, she would have a publishing. She would definitely have some publishing in the situation, but that doesn't necessarily make her a group member where she would get a portion of the points. So I mean, she's worked for hire once again. You know, she's outside the contract.
I understand that she was a DJ for hire. However, she did get recognition for being a writer. She did do certain things with music, which was technical. So what I'm saying is, I know it's fine lines and it's like threading the needle, but there are things there that she has rights to that are inside, that are embedded within the body of work that went underneath the Salt and Pepper banner.
Right.
You're right.
You understand what I'm saying?
You're right, Janet. But that's only
it's a surgical thing there. But she has rights that Salt and Pepper do not.
Well, I don't know about that.
Until we see her contract. But I'm just assuming until we see her contract.
I don't have to see her contract. I'm telling you right now. She, if she participated on a composition, she has publishing rights. But that does not make her a participant on the sound recording side, which is the master side. Yeah. Period.
That does not entitle her to brand decisions. This is a brand lawsuit. This is for not just a retroactive money, but this is for potential future earnings as well. And Janet, hang on. No, she's not entitled to that unless you have access to her contract. We can sit here and talk about that for hours and hours and hours, but that's not really the crux of what we're discussing here. The lawsuit has been dismissed. Hang on, stay there. Have you seen the dismissal? There is still room, if they decide to file it again. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm sure they could file it again. I will file. Sometimes when I used to do stuff like this, well, not on that grand scale, of course, but when I was doing stuff, I would keep the clock ticking. I would refile paperwork to restart the clock.
Okay.
You understand? I would just do that. It was just a procedural movement. It's just to keep things going, because sometimes you got statutes that do run out, but you have to keep the clock moving until you can get to the next.
Well,
next thing.
In this case, there is a statute of limitations. They have a 35-year rule from 1978 to file a copyright claim of a termination with a 5-year window, which is up to 40 years. When you add the extra 5 years, so there's no manipulation that they can kind of do to restart a clock. They have to enact them. They have to enact their power now.
Okay, so I think you guys answered my question somewhat, but I still, I'm curious about her contract, because to me, because Salt and Pepper settled with her, she was owed something. So she had some rights because they wouldn't have settled. You understand? So my whole thing is, how do those rights carry over? Because if you're looking at a whole body is made of parts. So sometimes you have to, maybe it's just the pinky of the body, but it's something there that they could use to open up that contract all over again, because it's just too many.
They did do some type of agreement with her a few years ago, that's for sure. But I think at the end of the day, they still didn't make her a group member, or else she would have been in this lawsuit.
Right. She don't have to be a group member, but she is an artist in herself in
Artists,
her
you can't
right.
say artist. You can't say artist and group member. Those, like I said, you know, if she's an artist and she'd be a
There are
group
two
member, then
different
she would get.
entities. That's where I'm going.
Okay.
Okay, so and the second thing, which I don't know about, Gul, is thank you, Star, for allowing me to ask him these questions.
Go ahead.
Is with mixtapes, what is the copyright on that? Because I see a lot of mixtapes, and they do use a lot of music from other places and a lot of things. But it don't seem. What is that?
There is no copyright on the mixtape per se, unless it's original work. If it's not original work, you might not get an ISRC code, so to have a collection on the master. I mean, that's just basically it. A lot of mixtapes weren't.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was original works, that's one thing. But if it's not original works,
if I'm a rapper and somebody reaches out to me who owns the master or the mechanical of something that I've used to them, I would say, I'm helping you eat.
Right.
I ain't got no distribution deal, Want to do a show together? I mean, it's a whole different arena, Janet.
Okay.
If you're talking about
all right,
hold on, stay with me. If you're talking about a corporation, yes, somebody can come down on you like a ton of goddamn bricks, the way Sting from the Police came down on Puff Daddy for using a classic song by the goddamn Police. Had him literally still to this day paying Sting, millions of dollars a year, millions. Go ahead.
100%.
Okay, because I was underneath the misunderstanding that if a record is not for profit, if I'm not selling it, because I was thinking about the thing that happened with Nicki Minaj and the lady who sang, the guitar lady, what's her name? I forget. Oh my God, I can't forget. I'm forgetting her name.
Tracy Chapman. Tracy Chapman.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that because she used some original work from Tracy Chapman, but she was not. The record itself was not for profit.
Right.
Well, if
I'm not mistaken, hold on. Go. If I'm not mistaken, Tracy Chapman made Nicki Minaj pay her, and she made it clear. I mean, not in a derogatory way. I don't fuck with you like that. I mean, I can Google it, but I got like a bunch of windows open. Anybody in the live chat remember Tracy Chapman made Nicki Minaj pay her, even though it was never released on Republic? She just let her know, I don't fuck with you. I don't want you using my music.
Well, Star.
What's that?
Okay.
Well, Star. I mean, even though you don't have the intentions to release it, all of a sudden somebody else uploads it to the DSP.
Bingo.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That was for profit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're right. But if it's not, if it's not for profit, they're not going to infringe. But like I said, if it's uploaded by another party, a third party or so, or something like that, next thing you know, Tracy Chapman's.
Stop. AI overview. Yes, Nicki Minaj paid Tracy Chapman $450,000 to settle a copyright infringement lawsuit in January 2021. I don't fuck with you. Pay me.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me
Well,
get that right.
I think something else happened. I could be remembering things wrong, because I am getting older.
Well, Janet, I just Googled it. What are you doing? You asked me a question. I Googled it. What are you doing now? You're killing me here.
No, I was just thinking to myself, maybe I'm getting a little older and I'm remembering things wrong.
Okay.
So that's why I asked. Okay, so I want to thank you, gentlemen. I want to thank you, Gul, for answering my questions. I want to thank you, Star, for allowing me to do so.
Hang on a second, Janet. Before you go. Hold on, Janet. Before you go, let me ask you a question. Did Charlemagne sleep with Amanda Seals?
Ooh. Damn.
I don't know. I don't know. It
Can you find out?
said that went wrong. It seemed like
Janet, can you find out? You do research. Let's talk behind the scenes.
yeah, I could find. I could find out, no doubt. But you know,
okay. Get some rest.
I don't want to get in there. Okay.
Night night.
All right.
Hey there, area code 786. Is that Al tapping in?
Okay.
Yeah, this Al from Lil Haiti. What's going on,
Hey, man.
Star? What's going on, Goo?
How you doing? How you doing now?
Appreciate it. I got a two-part question for you, Goo.
Yes, sir.
Can you buy rappers' debt, like how you can buy bulk debts from like collection agencies? And also, don't Jimmy Henchman should be included in that lawsuit, being that he got points off of Salt and Pepper? Because I know he was dating Pepper, and I know and I know we had excuse me, I know we had like a talk with Jimmy, and he was talking about like that's the key in the music business is points.
Right.
Whether it's writing points, publishing points.
Right.
You gotta get the artist in debt with you off the point. So my question is, can you buy, like say if somebody got like $250,000 to invest, can they buy a bulk of artist debt? That's my question. Appreciate the show topic.
I mean, you could always. I mean, I've done it before. I mean, I could always transfer, do the purchase, my payee account from whatever company, whether I'm in debt or not. You know, I could always transfer my payee account to somebody who wants to purchase it. I've done it before. I bought copyrights from somebody in 2006. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's always open to buy, whether it's in debt or not. You could always buy somebody's payee account.
Can I jump in?
Oh, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be in debt. Go ahead, Star.
Can I jump in? First of all, Chat GPT says no. Salt does not have a child with Herbie Love Bug Azar. Okay, that's number one. With regards to my homie Jimmy Henchman, that's my nigga all day, every day. I think they may have. I could be wrong. Had a forfeiture hearing when they, you know.
Oh,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
That makes sense.
But when you have forfeiture hearings, the feds usually take things. I don't know this to be true. Goo, any knowledge on a forfeiture hearing with Jimmy Henchman?
I mean, it just matters if it's in your name or if it's under LLC or a corporation and stuff like that. I mean, I've seen major drug dealers. I got a client that got caught with like 200 keys of heroin coming off a plane back in like 1990. And they seized everything. They seized his homes, his studio, and everything. But they let him keep his record company account with Jive Records, Sony, with Jive Records, BMG. So I mean, because they couldn't seize that because it was under a corporation or some type of legalities where they just couldn't tap into
or
it.
trust.
To this day, he's able to. To this day, he's able to. 40 years later, he's able to earn royalties off that account.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I appreciate this show topic.
I'll stay with me. Stay with me. Do you think that aside from people being fans of Salt and Pepper, you know, and even though they were young, I don't know how old they were when they signed the agreements with Herbie Azar's company. Do you think that that you know, Salt and Pepper they blew it, and we have to just, you know, say, hey, you know, they had a run, hell of a run, and they lost to publishing. A lot of people lose their publishing, right, Goo?
Absolutely. I mean,
just lose it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Al? Are we being? Well, I'm nobody's fan, but are we just being a little too soft on Salt and Pepper? Before you go, Al.
I think that's just how society is. You know, they're caking to the emotions of a woman, you know, who made bad financial decisions. Right. If you know, most advertising dollars are marketed towards the women fan base because they have a potential spending unnecessarily. So I have no sympathy for somebody who did bad business or was caking up under these bosses trying to benefit on both sides.
Right.
The benefit of being with a baller who can cover everything and ear hustling. Because if you know the business, it's two type of people in the office with the boss. That's the head goon in charge, which is the security and his lady.
Mm-hmm.
And if you smart enough to maneuver through the system, you can hustle your way out of your bad situation.
So there are many offshoots, different chapters of the Black Panther Party. This is not the new Black Panther Party. Some of those people, I forget who they were. They came on my show back in 2005. They picked up some traction. I don't know where they are now, but today I want to focus on the Black Panther Party coming out of North Philly, okay? So with regards to what he is saying about protecting all people that are oppressed, I see some of you on social media saying that's not what the Black Panther Party was about. No, it is. It is. In theory, the Black Panther Party were Marxist, if you know what Marxism is, and they tried to do things for other ethnicities. In case you want to, do a little research, Google Free the Latino 6, Black Panther Party. They had intentions, and a false understanding of the Black and Brown coalition. I say that respectfully. They had a false understanding because during that time in American history, Black people, brown people were oppressed. So they had the intentions to, stand in solidarity with Hispanics. We now can look back and see that it didn't work. The Black Panther Party, for the most part, was a failed movement. And I say that respectfully. These were young people in their early 20s. Again, this guy now, standing up talking greasy, he's 39. I'm not going to kick his back in. He's got the luxury now of social media. He's in seek of donations. And there's some video footage of him in North Philly. I think it's North Philly, where he's bucking up on the police and it looks hot, but here we are now in a different day and time. I want to know, who is your team of lawyers? We've already seen, walking around with firearms. We've seen that. Sadly, we are a thirsty nation now, and if this guy's not going to turn up and, I hate to say it, crash out, then he's just, going to be labeled by some as a grifter. A grifter. Now, I'm not calling him that, but my age, and I've seen the failed strategy, again, I say that respectfully, of young people once upon a time, male and female. So I'm going to open up the floodgates, let you guys call in. We're going to talk about this. And also, showrunner, would you vote for Stephen A. Smith? He's still talking about running for the presidency. Give me a second, guys. I want to set the tone with my friend, my top political commentator, Gene Richmond. Good morning, sir. Thank you for being available. Number 9.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Happy MLK Day, yes?
Yeah. Happy MLK Day. And to those.
Can you come closer to the phone, number 9? You sound like you're in a tunnel or something, sir. Give me a second.
Can you hear me? Can you hear better?
So a little better. Say again.
Well, yeah, definitely. Happy MLK Day to those who subscribe. I'm sure there are some strong MLK critics, but we won't go there.
Okay. Where do you want to start? I'm saying the Black Panther Party, and I'm not going to do a history lesson. I'm not going all the way back, but I'm saying it was a failed movement, fizzled out for many different reasons, not just, COINTELPRO, but, jobs became available, and you had the younger people, who were in place, and a lot of them were killed, jailed. So, but they had good intentions. What say you?
And I would have to agree with you on that. The intentions were good. If you truly understand the information about the organization, you have to go back to the history. It was started as a grassroots community organization. They wanted wanted to see advancement in Oakland, California.
Hey, number 9, your phone is going in and out. Your phone's going in and out, sir. Can you make the adjustments?
All right, is this better?
Give me a second. There you go. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, basically it was the advancement of a community, freedom, education, housing, and they started food programs for the children. Now, what would then evolve from it would Fred Hampton would start the Illinois chapter about 2 years later with the same ideology, with the same aspect of a level.
Chairman Fred.
Right. A level of progressive advancement for Black people, Black American people primarily, and then it would evolve into people of color and things of that nature. Like you mentioned, these people were students of Marxism.
Right.
And to push it a little bit further, Fred Hampton studied Trotskyism. Yeah. And if you understand Leon Trotsky, who was a Marxist revolutionary, his idea was constant revolution for the downtrodden clear across the board. And that was his ideology. So there's a very unique perspective in regards to what the plan was and what it actually turned out to be.
In no way, shape, or form am I here to kick dirt upon the original Black Panthers, because, monumental, and with regards to their positioning, their stance, we have benefited from the yield of their labor. But again, looking back, we see some of the faults that maybe they, as young people, they didn't necessarily foresee, and they came around pre the Weather Underground, who had a declaration of war and who was actually bombing things, for those of you who know about the Weather Underground. So here we are now. If we can just fast forward here for a second, this Philadelphia chapter, North Philadelphia chapter. Paul Birdsong, have you seen any of his videos? I'm going to play a few, and there's even one where he's now trying to somewhat backpedal and clarify his words. Yep, Speed?
Yeah, I did see one of his videos, and in the video, Birdsong would claim that his true intention is to serve not only the so-called Black community, but also people of color who are oppressed in and around the United States and globally. And he also claimed to be to have the main principle of what Fred Hampton had, and Fred Hampton was a universalist. This is what he claims to find and become a figure for people of color worldwide. So he's claiming that he's doing the work for all people of color, not just Black Americans, but people who are here undocumented and people from other communities that just happen to be so-called people of color.
And I think it should be noted that during that particular time, mid to late 60s into the 70s, Black people needed allies. So I can understand why they would, think that they could be in solidarity with Hispanics. But we have seen now over time that Hispanics have surpassed foundational Black Americans, and they're not looking back. Is that fair to say? What do you feel about that?
Well, that is also fair to say, because in 2026, we're not 1966. We've had several decades in between time, and we've seen the demographics change. You've made a perfect point. We need the party needed allies. Again, this was the 1960s. You had the Civil Rights Movement. You had initiatives that were put in place, like the Voting Rights Act, the Housing Act, and primarily the Hart-Celler Act, which expanded immigration for all nations. But now, as we see, the demographics have changed, but also Mr. Birdsong made a unique claim that Blacks must align with the undocumented, because if they don't, they'll be next. And I think that's an outright lie. That goes back to the that's a major lie. And that goes back to the whole Trotskyism, because if you study Leon Trotsky, what was Trotsky's primary use of his message? Propaganda and fear mongering. Right. And that's exactly what Birdsong is doing.
Yeah. I hate to stir things up so early, because I want us to have a rational conversation. But now, is this another light-skinned, somewhat Negro trying to get Black people riled up? I don't know whether he's part Hispanic. Anybody in the live chat, do you know this guy? Have you heard of him? Tony, I see you in the live chat saying, I've never heard of this guy. He claims that they're in the streets in West Philly and other places. What do you think, number 9? Is this a troublesome light-skinned guy. I hate to say it like that, Sorrel.
Well, it's always you high yellow, so-called red-colored people. I guarantee he's a half-breed of some kind, maybe a Hispanic, or he might be half Italian. Might be half Italian, part Guinea. I know a half black, half Italian guy who stirs the pot. If you know what I mean.
Kicking up dust. Hold on a second.
Indeed.
All right. Sit tight with me, guys. Gene Richmond is here. Gene Richmond is here with me. Pardon me. I'm sipping this hot coffee.
Going up against ICE for the immigrants. Well, I want to tell you something. The Black Panther Party is not a black nationalist organization. The new Black Panther Party might be. I'm not sure. The Revolutionary Black Panther Party might be. Any of these variations of Black Panther parties might be. But the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, the one that Huey Newton started with Bobby Seale, is an internationalist organization that stands as allies with oppressed people no matter what their ethnic background is, no matter what their cultural background is. So just like my predecessors stood up against the United States of America's imperialist regime with Vietnam to stop the Vietnam War. I don't know if you know your history, you know the Black Panther Party was strictly opposed to the Vietnam War. You know, we had the Rainbow Coalition with all different ethnic groups coming together and fighting against the regime together. That's what we stand for. All power to the people. We're not racist. The very ideology of racism in and of itself is not intellectual, being that there's only one race on the planet, and that's the human race. We have different ethnic backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? We have different cultural backgrounds, different skin colors, you know, different languages and ideologies, but we're all part of one human race. You know what I'm saying? So racism is in and of itself irrational, illogical, is unsensible. It just doesn't make any sense. No intelligent person would embrace the ideologies of racism.
Okay, that's the first video. Number 9, your thoughts before the other people call in. I would imagine he's in his North Philly office location. I'm going to show that video as well. Number 9.
Well, hearing Mr. Birdsong speak, it becomes crystal clear that this is not an actual Black Panther Party. This is a human rights coalition. And he's hiding under the Black Panther umbrella to reel in so-called Black people of America and, you know, far and wide. This idea that there's this, what, like he said, this is an internationalist program. So again, he's using Black people as a front to push his agenda and his ideas so it can find growth beyond state lines and beyond the United States of America. This is, you can see what his plan is. All you got to do is look beneath the surface and read between the lines of what he's saying. This is, again, I give it to him. It's very smart to use an organization like the Black Panther Party, but this is no real Black Panther Party. This is a human rights group, and he's got his own agenda.
Area code 202. Good morning. Please watch the language. Are you there?
Good morning.
202.
Good morning, Star. Good morning, Star. Crown from DC. Long time no hear.
Hey, man. How are you, sir?
How you doing? What's going on?
We're talking about the Black Panther Party, claiming that they will protect people, all walks of people from ICE. Main topic.
Yeah. I've been seeing that recently. Don't know too much about it. Haven't gotten a chance to dive into it. I work a lot, but the guy appears to be stuck in the 70s. Like you said, the music and then the terminology. It's like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It's almost like he's trying to appeal to the old Black Party regime, if you will. And for this to pop up now, especially when the midterms are about to come up, it almost seems strategic. It almost seems democratic.
Crown, is this man a grifter? Let's just get right to it.
I would say so. I mean, you're using old terminology. You don't seem to be up to speed. Nobody knows your background. You got different faces in these different pictures. Like seen one picture he's holding his fist up with a bunch of people like there's a white guy in there. It just looks very, very inauthentic, if you will. So again, we don't know his background. I would start there first before he just jumps out there and he's the leader of the black. He's trying to make this movement. Dude, who are you? And you in Philadelphia of all places.
Yeah.
Who are you?
People. Chairman Paul Birdsong reporting for Ethnic Community Defense Duty. Listen, two things that I need to run by you. Thing number one is a lot of people are saying that we should not stand up against ICE because we're standing for people that aren't us. And Black Panthers only stand for black people. That is a lie. Huey P. Newton said that we are internationalists and we stand with all oppressed people no matter what color they are. That's the founder of the Black Panther Party that said that. So everybody who's running around talking about Black Panthers don't stand up for people other than black people don't know a damn thing about the Black Panther Party. That's thing number one. Thing number two, the Black Panther Party created something called the Rainbow Coalition, which is a coalition of Hispanics, Asians, whites, and blacks from all over the world working together to fight oppression. Again, the Black Panthers stood with the Mexicans, stood with the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans, stood with the Japanese, the Vietnamese. The Black Panthers did a whole campaign to end the Vietnam War because they stood with Vietnam. So for you guys who are talking all of this gibberish about, oh, you guys aren't following traditions of the original, who do you think our leaders are? Aaron Dixon is an original Black Panther, right? Aaron Dixon is an original Black Panther who walked with Huey Newton. That's our leadership. And Billy J. Brooks, that was Fred Hampton's right-hand man. So you guys you sound stupid, to be honest. You sound like you don't really know what you're talking about. Doing a lot of hooting and hollering and don't really know what you're talking about. If you watch Huey Newton's speech, he specifically says, we are not black nationalists. We are internationalists. And we stand with all oppressed people across the globe, no matter what your ethnicity is. Come on, man.
Okay, Crown, let's go back to you. Crown, how old are you? I forget.
I'm 35, born 1990.
Okay. You don't have to know the Black Panthers' full history, but, it was a failed movement. I say that respectfully. Salute to the people who now, some of the Panther Cubs, if you guys have ever heard of Panther Cubs, they are preserving the legacy. Yeah. They are making sure that certain places in Oakland, California, and Illinois are landmarked. So there's a lot to be proud of here. But at the same time, we have to be real, and we have to know that Huey P. Newton died. He was on crack cocaine. He was, he lost himself. Long story short. Your thoughts, Crown?
Right.
Please land your plane.
Okay, so listen, these guys that started the Black Panther Party decided to put their lives on the line, unlike the people, some of the people of the forefront today. This guy that's speaking, he's talking about it's a coalition for everybody. Dude, have you not been watching the media, the news? Have you not been on the street for the past 10 plus years? What other groups have been standing up with ethnicities, groups, whoever have been standing up with foundational Black Americans? Not to mention you popping up out of nowhere, trying to redirect our attention to what you have going on. Ain't no other group standing with you, dude. This is, to me, just a fraud situation, another con game, and I would say, again, it's democratic-ish. But I would like to speak on Stephen A. to land my plane, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith, Crown, is as serious as colon cancer. He's been talking about an exploratory committee. I'm not going to just, kick his back in off the rip, but he's doing interviews. He's out there with Bill O'Reilly and different people talking politics. Does he have a political background?
He doesn't have a political background. He's very, very good as an orator. Very, very well spoken, smart. But again, he's of Jamaican descent. He has dual allegiances. He's a tethered. We would call him that. So he teeters. 1 minute he's talking about Kyrie Irving. The next minute he'll say something about Candace Owens. So which way are you swinging the goalpost? And then he never really went in on Brett Favre. Like, he doesn't show the same attention to the white people that he does with black people. So for him to somewhat take being a president serious or being in politics serious, he would have to understand that we as black people here in America not going to stand with you. All of us, but not, it's just not going to work. So he would have to understand that first. Know your demographic before you just jump out there, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Good to talk to you, Crown. Salute. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Crown tapping in from D.C. Let me go back to Gene Richmond. Any thoughts? Do you care about Stephen A. Smith, number 9, or should we just come back to that a little bit later?
Well, I just want to say I'm a tether and I'm standing on business. Back to Stephen A. Smith. He's just a slick talking Negro who thinks he's got the edge because he's got $100 million contract. I don't believe in this campaign. It's as big of a farce as Mr. Birdsong's new Black Panthers.
Okay. Guys, I'm coming to the phone lines. If you're in the live chat, please hit the like button. This is not a trending topic, but the Black Panther Party out of North Philly is saying they will protect people from ICE. I don't know if they, at this point in time, if they're even in Minnesota. I saw Don Lemon running around with the microphone yesterday in the freezing cold in Minnesota, but this guy is talking a real good one.
Power to the people, Chairman Paul Birdsong from the Black Panther Party. Point back to community defense duty. Listen, I want you to pay attention to the propaganda. So that video going around about me saying, "Hey, if an ICE agent run up on me, you know, that ain't what happened." If you look at the video, you see I'm talking, and then he cuts to another scene, you know, instead of showing me talking straight through because it was chopped and spliced. So what I said was, if an ICE agent run up on me, whatever force they use against me, I'm gonna use equal force to defend myself. Ain't nobody taking me nowhere or doing nothing to me. Then after that, I said, anybody runs up on me, anybody tries to do anything to me, I put a hole in them the size of a window, safe light repair, safe light replace, because I ain't nobody's victim. Now, I meant everything that I said, but the way they put it together, it sounded like I'm just making a threat, you know what I'm saying, to ICE, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if the dude knew what he was doing necessarily, like he was purposely trying to make it seem like I said something like that, or if he was like, you know, he was just putting it together because he thought it sounded good, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that goes for anybody, though. You know, anybody that means harm towards any black man, woman, or child, anybody that means harm towards me, I'm going to shoot you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not specifically threatening anybody, but I will say about ICE, I was born here on this continent, and my dad and his dad and his dad and his dad, and my mom and her mom and their mom and her mom. So my people from this continent, right? So if somebody run up on me trying to take me somewhere else, I am going to shoot them.
Okay. I want you people to see him speak freely, and I don't want to interrupt. I want you to draw your own conclusions. This is picking up traction. He wants fame and notoriety. Okay, you got it. Who do you think is funding him at this point in time, if anybody? Gene Richmond.
Well, I think he's probably being funded by one of these so-called grassroots organizations by specific political parties. We've seen groups like Media Matters. We've seen groups like the Ford Foundation go in and fund agitators and fund protesters and have them come out to different cities and different locations and protest King's Day, no King's Day, protest ICE, protest Donald Trump, and protest the establishment. I think there's an organization somewhere that's funding this operation and funding their material and funding their ideology to be specifically planted in a certain place at a certain time, i.e. this time, and to push this agenda.
Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate you being available. Anything else you want to say before you go?
Well, I'll say this. Anytime I hear a Negro saying, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean, I definitely tune out. I wouldn't follow. I wouldn't follow a Negro to get a winning lottery ticket. I'll tell you this. We need to really understand what we're doing here. And this guy talks about they're going to try to kidnap an American citizen and take you where, sir? Yeah. This is a real convoluted bizarre commentary, and there are people that's buying this. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe this scam artist, and don't believe the establishment that's deeply rooted and that's pushing this guy's agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. We'll talk. Area code 215. Good morning. Please watch the language. We're discussing the Black Panther Party from North Philly. Are you there? 215.
Yeah. Peace, Tony. What's good with you?
Hey, who's this?
Good. This is Tony from Philly.
Hey, man.
So let me just good. So let me just kind of give a timeline, all right? So with respect to that woman who got killed out in Minnesota, they had like a lot of rhetoric in regards to a press conference where I believe the governor said, "ICE, get the F out," right?
Mm-hmm.
That trickled down here to Philly. So Josh Shapiro had a press conference about a week or so ago, and he was stating that in a press conference, if the ICE agents come to Philly, you know, he kind of uttered the same sentiments, right?
Right.
And this is kind of where this guy, he pops up. Nobody knows this dude. I'm from North Philly and I live in the Northeast, allegedly where he said that I guess he resides and do, community work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't need the Black Panthers in Philly. Like, everybody carries. So that's Puerto Ricans protection. Like, we a city full like of 1 million niggas.
Mm-hmm.
So where he comes from got me a little baffled. And he don't look like he's from Philly. We're going to put him on You Star. This nigga may be from Jersey.
Okay. Well, hang on a second, because there's other videos on his TikTok page. I'm not going to just, promote him outright. But, when someone comes out talking the talk, we have to do research. He drops his location in North Philadelphia, the office. He goes upstairs and they got the tables there. And, he's claiming that he's doing work. He says he's in the streets in West Philly. Might you want to do some research and get back to us? He's getting some.
No, Star, let me keep it a bean with you.
Come on.
You already know how Philly is segregated and where the Puerto Ricans reside. Basically, they reside where they reside Broad Street, across Broad and Lehigh, down to Kensington. That's it. Puerto Ricans are not all over the city. And you got a few that sprinkled out here in the Northeast, in addition to some Guatemalans and migrants. That dude.
Can you confirm that he's Puerto Rican? Don't just go by what somebody else said before. We're really doing research here. If you don't know, please do a little research. Get back to me. This is the time now.
Oh, no,
I don't know his background, but go ahead, land your plane.
Got you. No. That's all I wanted to call him for. He literally popped up on the scene after Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania.
Okay, well,
he's
in your backyard. Your backyard. I'm down here in North Carolina, so please find out and get back to us. All right. Thank you.
Copy that.
Thank you. Okay. Hey there, Florida Boy J. Is that you, sir? Area code 904. Monday.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. How are we doing today?
It's still morning over here where I'm at. It's cracking.
I mean, 6 minutes left, man. We doing all right, man. We chilling. We cooling. We want to talk about I'll be unsure and this Black Panther topic right here. Where do you want to start at?
I sent you my notes. I sent you a couple of videos. I want to go real slow here. I haven't even gotten to whether he does or doesn't have a 10-point program, or whether he's trying to, borrow from the original Black Panthers. And for those who know the history of the Black Panthers, this guy, all I've seen him talking about is just, self-defense. Florida Boy J, where do you want to go?
Okay, so my first observation that I've made, in which I don't really appreciate, is the fact that I didn't see him when any of these Black situations went down with African American people. I haven't seen, and I'm not saying that I'm a part of the party or that I'm up to date with all the Black Panther people at all, but I just find it funny that he is coming around during this ICE raid, and while ICE is ramping up and going in, because ICE is in Florida right now, ICE is in Jacksonville right now, ICE is in Orlando, ICE is, they're spreading their tentacles. And the way I see it on a political level, it seems like now they're trying to roll out the Black Panther Party or rolling out these historical Black organizations with their own faces and trying to rally us up to come outside. And I refuse to come outside. And another thing that I think a few other callers have said, and even being light-skinned myself, I'm really tired of seeing light-skinned, high yellow people being the heads of Black movements. I just like it's Boulay. I feel like it's a psyop. And I'm very annoyed that every time it's a Black movement, it's some high yellow curly head niggas. We doing this. We got to protect all races. No, we don't have to protect all races. Everything that Black people do does not have to spread out for everybody else. I am tired of that. I don't think him talking about what he was going to do with the cops and then you're trying to pull it back. And no, either you crash out or you go or you sit down. But we don't need any more people trying to be the face of historical failed organizations and then trying to act like they're trying to rally us up or we to be a part of something. It's just like that Scam Master J dude for the Not Effing Around Coalition. You remember him a few years ago who came out of nowhere? Yeah. Like, what are we talking about, man? Like, what? These organizations aren't real. And I think any Black person should be signing up, giving your information, your data, or being a part of any of these. The only coalition I want to be a part of or militia needs to be silent ones that move off the internet. If you are on the internet showing your face, talking we're a coalition, we're a party of this, we're a party of that, to me, you're just a moving target. Okay. That's easy to hit because we got.
Stay with me. I have another video I want to play. I'm not sure how much time you have.
Black Panther Party here in South Philly at the park at the food pantry or the little food cabinet. We filling it up.
So he's in the street, some type of food pantry he's got going on here.
AOG, what's this park called? 6th and Wolf.
He said, "What's the park called?" Is he not from Philly? How does he not know?
All power to the people. Black Panther Party. We're in Germantown now.
Germantown.
What's the name of this joint? It had the name right on it. It's right there. Green Street.
I have gotten no statement as of yet from the Panthers out of either Oakland, California, those who are left, or Chicago. If anybody has any statement, please send me the statement, whether anybody is co-signing this guy or whether he is out there by himself. Little boy Jay, please.
Right. To me, and I respect the original Black Panthers, but we got to admit this is a failed organization, number one. Number two, we can't trust things that have the new Black Panther Party, the Black Panther Party of self-defense. All these splintered groups out are only doorways for ops to walk in. And another thing that I've observed is the type of music listen, I'm sorry, you're not going to get the Warrior Clash. You're not going to get the YNs blasting the OJs and the Temptations about a movement. This sounds like you got your talking points from a Democratic organization or ICE funded, but an anti-ICE funded organization. Like, you're not coming in there blasting no Tupac, no Bootsy, set it off, some stuff to get us, galvanized. Are you trying to get the senior citizens to break their hip marching with you? Like, I don't understand. And what he's trying to push and then trying to tell us that this organization isn't just for Black people, then what is just for Black people?
Okay. Great to talk to you, man. Any thoughts before you go? Buffalo Bills fired head coach Sean McDermott. What was it, 9 years? How many years was he there? Do you know?
9 years, no ring, a trash defense. I feel like the GM should have got fired along with the coach because Sean McDermott isn't the one drafting these busted up draft classes every year. It's the GM. And at the same time, Sean McDermott is the one who's giving you 4 or 5 turnovers in critical games. It's Josh Allen.
Hey there. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Area code 910. Are you there? 910.
I am. How are you today?
I'm good. Who's this?
I had wanted to just mention that I feel like as Black Americans, we need to be very careful allowing others to speak for us.
Okay.
I feel like he's put us in a dangerous position, and that, someone needs to kind of sound the alarm. Like, this is not okay for others to speak for us.
Mm-hmm. I hear you, but now we have freedom of speech, and now the internet, anybody can get up on the internet and open an OnlyFans page. They can start a podcast. So I think it's good that we're talking now here today. We're trying to figure out who he is, what he's about. I mean, I've got more videos from his TikTok page. I'm not going to play all of them, but he's using a lot of 70s music to lure people in. You have speed on that, his page?
Yes, it frightens me when I watch the video this weekend. Sometime I saw the video.
Okay.
And it was like he's out there threatening the cop. No Black person I know would threaten a cop.
Yeah, that was concerning. that was goofy.
Yeah,
too.
and it's important that we discuss it. And I just wanted to say I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. What state are you calling from? You don't have to say what city, but what state?
North Carolina.
Okay. Now, we have seen Black grifters, and they tend to do very well when they're trying to be inclusive. So it would appear that he's getting his weight up in a sense. But with regards to the current landscape right now of foundational Black Americans, I mean, not everybody's claiming FBA, but it's a nice eye opener for me, because I've had knowledge of indigenous Black people for decades. So it's nice to see people now getting a better understanding. Do you think that he can affect what is really going on right now with foundational Black Americans?
I do. I think I don't know if he's a foundational Black American, but the way he handled himself in front of the cameras was just atrocious. So I don't know. I live in the South. I've always lived in the South.
Okay.
My family's from the South.
Okay.
Kentucky. So, I mean, I know my people, and we group think a lot. So it's really difficult to have someone speaking on our behalf, saying things that we would never say.
Well, I'm gonna, do as much as I can to keep my eye on him. But if you get any information, please keep me posted. My email address is on the screen.
Most certainly. I have an article I will send you.
Okay, please. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Hey there, area code 302. Please watch the language. We're doing research with regards to the Black Panther.
What's up, Star?
Hey, how are you?
It's Handsome Ransom from Southwest Philadelphia.
Hey, how are you, man?
Yeah, he's real. He's real.
Come on.
He's just having a viral moment. You got young niggas out here. He's giving hot dogs to the community. I'm in the hood. I see him. But, he popped up out of nowhere, though.
Okay.
And I just want to say he's a light-skinned nigga going viral.
Can you pull back on the N-word? It's kind of early. It's MLK Day.
My apologies. Martin Luther King did have a dream that we would stop saying that word.
So what do you mean? What do you mean he's real? How do you know him?
I live around the corner. I'm telling you, I'm in Philadelphia, Southwest. He gives out hot dogs. He gives out stuff in the community. So I think he popped it up about 2 years ago in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And I'm a fellow watcher of you. A long time ago, I sent that picture of my boy when I was no, that's sidebar. When Alpo, I sent that picture of me and Alpo together.
Oh,
but I finally called him.
Snitching on Alpo. Okay, so hang on. Okay, so
how you doing?
He's putting boots to the ground as far as you're concerned. Is he born and raised in Philly? Because he seemed a little lost. Hang on. When he was in Germantown, he didn't know where he was. When he was, in another place, he wasn't sure. So is he a transplant or is he Philly born and raised?
That's what. He's a transplant. That's why he popped up in Southwest about 2 years ago. And I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Okay, sir, if you can't watch your mouth, I got to get you out of here. It's too early.
My apologies. I said that. I said, who is this guy popping up? And he's been doing it every week. This was 2 years ago. And then he travels around, but he's just light skin going viral right now.
Okay. Well, I need more than just, he's real. You've seen him in the neighborhood.
Well,
hang on, sir. You spoke. Let me speak, please. Let me speak. I need something more. Do you know his background, his makeup? I just posted a link in my community section. He's some type of rapper. He's 39 years of age. You know anything about his history?
That's why I said I live in Philadelphia. When I seen what they were,
so we got that. Do you have any background information that we can grasp?
Next time I see him, I'm gonna get all the information I need, and I'll call you.
Thank you, man.
And a bigger reason that I'm doing what I'm doing is because I'm a gang member. And I used to be a gang banger. Difference between a member and a banger, a member is just part of it. A banger is somebody that's running around destroying shit and hurting other people because they're wearing the other color. The other day, I tied my flag with a rival. We were out here, I tied my flag with a rival. We exited black on black crime. We exited stupidity. We exited genocide, self-imposed, and self-hatred, and entered humanity. We unified together and stood. That did something to me. You see what I'm saying? What it did is it made me feel obligated because of all the destruction I caused, to cause some construction, to cause some change. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I did what I did. I don't expect anybody to stay with me. I didn't expect anybody to come in the first place. I was going to be there alone, whether they came or not, and I will continue to be here alone, whether they came or not.
Stop right there. Okay, Deeds says Lansing, Michigan is his hometown. Deeds, do we have any background on his mother? I say that with all due respect. Is she Hispanic? Troll babies. He looks like some type of Hispanic, yes? Lansing, Michigan, father of Pyru on the West Coast, and now he's in Philly.
I want people to change. I want police to change. That's why I get in their face like that, because I want them to see I ain't afraid of them. I don't want everybody else to lose their fear. The cop is just another human being. The only difference between you and them, they got a gun. That's it. They're just another person. There ain't nothing to be afraid of. And as long as you stand in the laws, they got to. If they cross the line, let them. Because once they cross the line, that's their ass.
Thank you.